All right, guys, we're back in the building, back with some more boxing. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, and all that good stuff. Now, guys, you know, it always fascinates me at how differently we deal with, certain traumas in our lives, unexpected events. For instance, maybe you've lost a loved one, or maybe you didn't get the promotion at work that you thought that you were going to get. Or maybe you started a business and the business failed. We all deal with those things in different ways. Now, some of us, we take the head-on approach when it comes to situations like this. We see it for what it is. It is what it is. And we go on with our lives and we just keep moving forward despite of what happened. We just keep on moving forward. Then there's others that come up with unrealistic coping mechanisms because they can't deal with the hurt. They can't deal with the shame or whatever it is that they can't deal with. And that leads me to this past weekend, the Errol Spence Jr. versus Terrence Bud Crawford fight for undisputed in Las Vegas, Nevada, where Errol Spence Jr. was defeated by Terrence Bud Crawford in tremendous fashion, devastating fashion. And now there are a lot of conspiracy theories flying out here about why Errol Spence Jr. lost the fight. And I knew it was going to come, because when you have a fighter of his ilk that people didn't expect to lose, and he loses, there's going to be all kind of excuses being made and all types of conspiracy theories. Now, these people that are coming up with these conspiracy theories, I would say they're living in Fantasia. Now, what is Fantasia? Fantasia is the world of human fantasy. Some of you guys may have heard of that place. It's from a movie back in the 80s called, I think it was The Never-Ending Story. So they'd rather live in that fantasy land than deal with reality of what's actually happening in the real world. So let me give you guys a reality check. You guys that are living in Fantasia, here's your reality check. Terrence Bud Crawford defeated Errol Spence Jr. He was able to take away Errol Spence Jr.'s best attribute. And that best attribute was his jab. He nullified Errol Spence Jr.'s jab. He out-jabbed the jabber, being the guy with the longer reach, being the guy that was faster, and throwing punches. When Errol Spence Jr. threw punches, he landed first. His counter punching was on point. He had more power than Errol Spence Jr., and he was just the better fighter in the ring that night, and that took him to victory. That's a reality. The reality is that Terrence Bud Crawford became the undisputed 147-pound champion last Saturday night, and he did it in devastating fashion. The reality is Terrence Bud Crawford is the former 140-pound undisputed champion. Now he's a two-time undisputed champion. The reality is he is a 3-division champion. And I think he's a 3-time Ring Magazine champion, if I'm not mistaken. The reality is that if the opportunity presents itself at 154 pounds, he could quite possibly do it all over again. The reality is that he is seen as the best fighter on the planet. You can't take that away from him. What he's actually accomplished this past weekend, he put the cherry on top, like he likes to say. The reality is he is at legendary status right now with what he has accomplished in his career. That is your reality check. And no matter all the conspiracy theories that you throw out, nothing's going to change what happened. Nothing's going to change what happened. Now, Errol Spence did say he wants a rematch at 154 pounds. And I do believe him. You know, Errol Spence Jr. is a real dog. You know, I'm sure he wants his get back. And I think it will be more competitive at 154 pounds. But I still don't see him winning that fight due to the skill set that Terrence Bud Crawford possesses. I say it all the time on the channel. The skills pay the bills. The guy with the most tools in his arsenal is going to be the one that probably wins the fight. And that was apparent in this fight this past weekend. Terrence Bud Crawford had a lot more skills than Errol Spence Jr. He was the smarter guy, had the higher boxing IQ. And I just think that, you know, Errol going into this fight, I can understand why. I know some people don't want to see it. I would watch it again, but I still think the outcome will be the same no matter what weight class that they fight in. But I just wanted to give some of these guys a reality check because, you know, they can't deal with it. They can't deal with it, so they come up with conspiracy theories because in their mind, they know that he lost the fight, but, you know, they just can't handle it. They can't handle it. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to give Terrence Bud Crawford his flowers. While he's alive, he deserves it. I want to take my hat off to both of the guys for actually getting the fight across the line. This is what a lot of people wanted. You guys wanted this fight. You wanted it to take place. And now, you know, it happened. And the guy that you picked to win didn't win. And now you're making excuses. And where there should be no excuses, because Errol didn't make any excuses after the fight. You know, he said the best man won, and he didn't make any excuses. So why are you guys making excuses for him? It was a fair fight. It was a fair fight, and the best man won. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about these crazy conspiracy theories being thrown around. There's a whole bunch of them out there why Errol Spence Jr. lost the fight. You guys let me know what you think about that in the comment section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.